Flundereeze is certainly one of the decks of all time. If you ask a Yu-Gi-Oh player this, I'm sure they would agree. I'm sure they'd also agree how this deck makes me want to burn an apartment. Sorry. How this deck makes me want to do bad things to people. How this deck isn't the easiest to play against. I also feel as if a lot of people have kind of forgotten that. Flu has a strong matchup against a lot of the decks in the current format, and has a simple but effective game plan. After the barrier statue ban, everyone just sort of forgot how good this deck was. I'm entering my villain arc as I'm about to reinstall the fear this deck once brought. Good morning, good evening, good night, I believe you're going Carsfield, and welcome to my Flundereeze deck profile. I'm still a big believer in this deck, as I sort of said in that intro. Keep this short, sweet, and simple. I think the deck is really cool, really fun, really simple, effective, and has like one of the best art styles in the entire game. It was like my biggest draw, by the way. I mean, look at Flundereeze in the magnificent map, and do not tell me that that art is bad. That's like peak Yu-Gi-Oh art right there. Alright, so starting us off, we got our favorite and only real one card starter here. We got Flundereeze and Robina. It searches any level 4 lower wing beast, which starts off the combo for the whole deck, which will lead you to this guy, Flundereeze and Eglin, who will search the big guys. We'll get to them in a second. These two are the ones that you kind of want to open because they get you to other parts of your deck. The other two small birds sort of allow you to loop or control resources in the game. I really like Flundereeze and Toucan, actually. I've been like considering putting that card up to 2, but I've sort of went against it because it's just like by itself it's not really a good starter. Neither is this really, but I mean if you draw a map with this is, I mean, full combo as well. For now, I mean this is the first list. We're just gonna go with this. That plane stop? Alright, it's alright guys, I got involved and I got the plane taken down. Then we got the big fucker that no one likes, Flundereeze and Empin. This is the real problem of the deck. No one can out this. This is like a really weird card to have on the board, because it's like, I mean, it does put up a hell of a lot of pressure by just existing, because it's like it can protect itself from battle by banishing a dude from your hand by halving a guy your opponent controls that battles it. And then it also stops any special summoned attack position dudes from activating their effects, which is a crazy ability. And it gets you to the trap, the map, or the continue spell, which starts looping and increasing your resource output and recursion. And not one part of it is once per turn either. It's nice. Oh yeah, the rest of the big birds aren't once per turn either. So we got Rise of the Mega Monarch and we got Apex Avian. I'm a big fan of Mega Ryza. I love playing against Branded and activating Ash, stopping their turn, going onto my turn, and stacking my deck with Ash Blossom on their turn so that I always draw it now. It's like, it's so broken. Next up, the support cards. We got 3 map, you have to play this. 3 advent, you've got to play this. Both of these, I mean, stronger starter, consistency card. Good. Okay, cool. And then you play one of this. I could play 2 of this. And I've been trying to play 2 of this. Like I've been gaslit by some guys at my locals to play 2 of this. No thanks. I'd rather not. It's searchable. I'm good with it that way. I mean, it's a good card going second. You can play 1 on the side. I don't. We'll get to that. You probably should be playing 2 of this, but it's a first list, and I haven't needed a second one yet. Whenever a second one starts coming up a lot more, I'll maybe include it, but yeah, I mean, you probably should be playing 2 of this, but for the most part, I don't think it's necessary, unless Kashtira or Rise Heart banishes it, in which then, that becomes a bit of an issue. Cool, now on to the support cards. We play 2 Prosby, 2 Extravagance, 3 Duality for all the consistency stuff. Hooray! We play Extravagance to put the fear of God into our opponents. So like you will make them think that you're playing Labyrinth or Eldritch. Like this gives me PTSD from playing against Eldritch so often back whenever it was still a top deck. So like you put this down, it's just like, oh, your opponent's not in for a good time. And then you normal summon Robin and they're in for a worse time. It's always really funny whenever that settles in. I played 2 of this because I don't have a third one of this, but even then, still good. Then for one-off sport cards, we got the 1 Duster, 1 Terraforming. I was playing Called By before, but I didn't really like it that much. Could be an inclusion that I could put back in at some point, but I was also playing Gold Sark at one point, but I was like, nah, it doesn't feel impactful enough to just sort of have. And then we have 2 Book of Moons. I mean, this is good going first and second, and also lets you dodge shit like Imperm, Shishai, Veiler. Oh! Book of Moon is crazy. I love this card. It's the best book, by the way. And then triple Ash, triple Dark Ruler, triple Imperm for like the non-engine support stuff. I guess Duster kind of was back there too, but this is like the main sort of going second stuff. I was originally just playing like evenly Dark Ruler Imperm just for like high impact going second stuff, and it was like I was pretty comfortable with that to begin with, but because a lot of players around where I am played Branded, I wanted to put Ash in anyway. Worst case scenario, it is a 1-for-1 against most decks, and if you use it against Kashtira, I mean, what are they gonna do? You're playing Flundereeze. Unicorn ain't doing shit. At worst, all these are 1-for-1 trades. At best, I mean, like, all 3 of them end your opponent's turn, and Dark Ruler is a blowout. I actually love this card in the main deck right now. It's so impactful feeling. Alright, cool. Extra deck time. it doesn't really matter, but you probably should be playing these 6 in your extra deck at the very bare minimum. This, I've never seen come up for anybody ever. This is a Zeus bot. This gets rid of floodgates and back row. This can search your little birds if you really wanted to. I mean, this climbs to Zeus and this is Zeus. Hooray! Good talk. The link monsters here don't really matter very much, but I mean, this, and this, I suppose, are kind of important, right? So we'll go over them all. Phoenix gets rid of floodgates and everything like that. This is a solid card to just have really in any deck. Cerberus gets rid of Baguska. This one can, I mean, it's a link climb card, I suppose. It's just in there for because I want it to be. Access code, because it's like got a similar purpose to all these guys. It gets rid of a problematic card and it banishes itself, so avoid skill drain. And this is like, if you genuinely cannot conventionally out something in this deck, you can just build a board of birds and then go into this. I have IP as well, just like, because, I don't know, this is like if I get hit with the dogmatic stuff, so is this and so is this. And if I played Nadir Servant, I would also play all 3 of these. Just, I want to play Nadir Servant. I just don't own Nadir Servants anymore. Sag times. Eventually I will. 25th anniversary collection. Let's go. Now the side deck. Very fun part here. We got the 3 Shifter, the 3 Droll. Very conflicting cards, but I mean, they're both really, really good. I mean, Droll's everywhere right now, which is one of the downsides of playing this deck, but I mean, well, you take what you can get, I suppose. Like, if shit happens, really. Droll and Lockbird is really good, and that's why we're playing it. However, I would be taking one out for a Dark Simorgh. I just don't own Dark Simorgh yet. I need to order one. It's really good against back row decks, Labyrinth and Trap Tricks, because it's searchable, does more than Apex, Ryza, and Empen does. Stops them from setting their cards entirely, which is very nice. D-Shifter's just all around a good card. I mean, if you watch the NAWCQ, the D-Shifter incident in top 8, that was a bit brutal to watch. This set of cards I'm not really sold on yet. So double Storm, double Evenly, double Cosmic is like, these 2 I'm perfectly fine with. This one I'm not so sure about. It did win me my last game on locals on Monday, but then again, it's like, it's okay. I like Storm, but I don't know. Evenly, I mean, Evenly's just strong into a hell of a lot of decks right now, and this has got applications going first and second. Cosmic being quick play is a super value attribute. We gotta love the fact that Cosmic is quick play. And you don't have to like discard or get really rid of any resources, which is nice because this deck wants resources, and then you play your go first card in Harvey's Featherstorm. Way! This card's an auto win every time you resolve it. Like, I don't really see how you lose after Harvey's Featherstorm resolves. Because, like, you can loop it with Mega Ryza. Like, your opponent is never activating an effect again after you've played this card. And yeah, cool, that's the list. Again, really fun, really aesthetically pleasing looking deck. Like, oh my god, check out that artwork. Oh, look at that man's hat. If they would like to focus, please, god damn. But yeah, really cool, really fun deck right now. It pisses off my opponents a lot. That's always a plus side, I suppose. I'd appreciate a like if you like the video, and I should be coming out with some form of locals content at some point. I think the first deck I might play is this. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I'll see you around. Have a great rest of your day.